Our channel, that is Clashing with Ghost Push, and today we are here with a new concept. We have started our classes, and today we have brought chapter first for class 10th, that is A Letter to God by Jill Fuentes, and this is part 1. So let's begin with the chapter. The house in the entire valley, set on the crest of a low hill. From this height, one could see the river, the field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour, or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. So Lencho is the main character of this story. He is a hard-working farmer, and this story is all about his family. That is, a family whose life is dependent on farming. And as we all know that farming is not an easy activity. We have to gain profit, but that profit is not so easy to gain because it's all natural. It depends on nature. Sometimes we can earn a great profit. Sometimes due to some disasters we even get nothing. We even get trapped in debt. So that is what we are going to learn now. Problems faced by a farmer and then his faith on God. So first of all, this is setting of the chapter. The house, the location, the main location, the house in the entire valley. So this house, or Lencho's house we can say, was placed on the top of the hill. It was the lonely house. It was placed on the top of the hill. That means on the pinnacle, from where we can see entire valley, the fields, the river, the field, the ripe corn, everything we can see from that height. Lencho's field or Lencho's crop was almost ready. The only thing it needed was rain. It may be a shower or a downpour. Just rain he wanted. So Lencho was an experienced farmer, and farmers know very well when it will rain or when it will not. Especially it is a story set in past. So he was a very experienced farmer. So he was looking at the sky towards northeast to make sure that it will rain or not. Now we are really going to get some water women. The woman who was preparing supper replied, "Yes, God willing." The older boys were working in the field while the smaller ones were playing near the house until the woman called to them all, "Come for dinner." So here the woman, though it is given woman, we are sure that this woman is Lencho's wife. So Lencho said to his wife that I am sure that we'll get some water these days, that it will rain soon. And though she was his wife, so she said that's God willing. She also wanted the same. All they wanted was a good profit. So the older boys, as I said that it was a farming family. The family was indulged in farming. It was dependent on farming. So the older boys were working in the field as well. And the younger ones were playing. And then they went for dinner. It was during the meal that, just as Lencho had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. In the northeast, huge mountains of cloud could be seen approaching. As I said initially, that Lencho was an experienced farmer and he was looking towards northeast to check whether it will rain or not. And just as he had predicted, it started raining. He could see huge mountains of clouds. This means great clouds, many clouds, large clouds, black clouds. That means clouds with water within them. That means it was going to rain soon. The man, it means Lencho, went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And when he returned, he exclaimed, "These are not raindrops falling from the sky, they are new coins. The big drops are tens and pieces, and the little ones are fives." So, as I said, that a farmer just needed rain. Farming is based on nature, it depends on nature. So, when it started raining, Lencho went out to feel the rain, to feel its pleasure, to get some joy, to get some happiness in his life. When he came back, he said to his family that these are not raindrops falling from the sky, these are new coins. Big drops are tens and pieces, and little ones are fives. So, this is a very main concept. Many a times it is asked in question papers that why Lencho compared the raindrops with coins. So you need to understand it very carefully. First of all, as I said, Lencho needed profit. Good crop means good profit, and his field needed rain. So it means good rain means good profit to him. So that could be one reason that for why he compared raindrops to rupees. And other reason could be size of raindrops. Maybe he had compared small raindrops to 5 cent pieces and big drops to 10 cent pieces. These two reasons could be there, so you have to write both the reasons while writing the answer. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers draped in a curtain of rain. So draped means covered. After it rained, he was very satisfied, he was very relaxed, and he was sure that now he would get a good profit, now he would get good crop, so he no worries at all. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. These truly did resemble looking like new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen pearls. As I said earlier, that Lencho was very satisfied, but that moment was just the only moment. After that moment, everything turned out. His life taken a twist, because suddenly start wind began to blow, and you can imagine when wind began to blow, that too very strong wind began to blow, and hailstones began to fall. What will happen with crop that is ripe? It was just ready to be harvested, and it started raining that so heavily with hailstones. Everything would be destroyed. But boys, obviously they were children like us, they also enjoy collecting frozen pearls, collecting hailstones. So now hailstones are compared to silver coins. It is because of their size and their colors. Hailstones are whitish, silverish color. So that's why they are compared to new silver coins. "It's really getting bad now," exclaimed the man. "I hope it passes quickly." But it did not pass quickly. For an hour, the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white as if covered with salt. So, Lencho became sad because situation worsened. He was not at all happy because he knew that now everything would finish. And it finished actually, because entire valley turned out white because it was covered with hailstone. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. We can imagine what will happen to a farmer when he faced such a disaster. Same happened with Lencho. He was sad. His heart sank. He was totally taken by grief. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his son, "A plague of locusts would left more than this. The hail has left nothing. This year we will have no corn. A plague of locusts. Locust is an insect that travel in group. So a plague of locusts is attack of that insect because these insects eat crop. So here Lencho is talking about this attack of insects. According to him, such an attack leaves more corn, more crop than these hailstones. Not a grain remained on the leaves. That night was a sorrowful one. All our work for nothing. There's no one who can help us. We'll go hungry this year. So these all are the dialogues by Lencho and Lencho's family. Obviously, after such a disaster, this will be the only feeling of a person and his family. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope: help from God. Don't be so upset. Even though this seems like a total loss, remember, no one dies of hunger. But Lencho was a devotional man. He believed in God so much. He is a great devotee. So that's why he was sure that God will help him. He would not suffer much. He would get help from God and nobody will die of hunger in his family. For today, if you like our video, so comment for part 2. If we'll get enough comments, then we'll make part 2, obviously, for sure. Till then, keep enjoying and see our COC videos. Clash of Clan, Zindabad.